This is my September mood. Welcome to my September mood video. Today I want to share some decks that really reflect my mood for September. Of course, it's a bit autumnal too. It's raining outside and I'm really sitting into that September vibe. I'll be reflecting on the decks that are currently sitting on my desk, the ones I'm actually using every day for my readings and my personal practice. And I'll also show you some pairings I've been exploring between tarot and oracle decks. Here are a few of the decks I'll be featuring, so let's dive in and see what's shaping my September practice. So first of all, there is a pairing that I've been using also in late summer. If you saw my summer decks, who made the cut, and I finally found a pairing, the perfect pairing for my Wildlands Tarot, the perfect companion. This is the Glyph Sacred Symbols Oracle. It's an oracle I'm currently obsessed with, and I wasn't using this tarot deck as much, you know, the Wildlands Tarot. It's a beautiful deck, but I couldn't, for some reason, I didn't reach for it. I knew I wanted to use it. I knew it was beautiful, and it was just sitting there a little bit passive, you know, in my collection. And I knew I wanted to do something with it. I wanted to maybe find an oracle. Sometimes, you know, tarot decks wake up when we place an oracle beside them. So I wanted to pair it with an oracle, and I finally found the perfect companion in this one, the Glyph Sacred Symbols Oracle. These two have in common a certain mood. These two share a certain transparency in the images with layers of photography, as you can see. So they almost feel like they were made for each other. I really like this pairing, and it's one that I was using in late summer, and I want to continue using also now in early autumn. So let me show you how cute these two look together. It's one of my current favorite pairings. We have Eight of Cups and Beginnings with the new moon, and we have another moon here. Yeah, there are layers of Egyptian themes or themes from other cultures and symbols also that really resonate between these two, plus the holographic details in both cards, in both decks. But beyond the aesthetics is the messages that are truly cohesive between these two. So if you're listening to the sound of the rain, there's really such a beautiful atmosphere for this September video. We have the Wheel of Fortune with Wisdom, Ten of Cups with this is culmination. Yeah, it's so perfect with the Ten of Cups. And we have the Hierophant with Stability. And look at the repeated patterns here of the columns. Let me know if you like it, because I think this is such a perfect pairing, and it's one that I really enjoy working with now. There is such a resonance between these two decks. I would say it's both aesthetic but also in the meanings. The colors are a match, the flower details, the mood, you know, the moodiness of this one. And this is the Page of Pentacles with Listen. Yes! You know, in the classical representation, like the Page of Pentacles pays attention, is almost like very curious and observing the pentacle. And also it comes up in readings very often as, you know, listening to something or someone. Maybe it's something there is something you have to pay attention to. And this is a very cohesive message overall. And this is the Knight of Wands with Resilience. One more. Oh, I guess there is Egypt, maybe something else also here. There are various cultures. And we have the Sun with Sovereignty and the Crown. I don't know, I can't get enough of these two. We have the High Priestess again with Serendipity. How beautiful is that? Let me know what you think, because I really like these two, and this is the first pairing I wanted to show you. It's one I'm using now quite consistently, because I think these two are just perfect together. Another oracle I'm really enjoying at the moment and I'm a bit obsessed with is the Celestial Oracle by Broccoli Magazine. I want to get more of these decks. In particular, I also want to get the Mushroom Oracle, I guess it's called that way, and also the Fairy Tale is very pretty. So the Celestial Oracle, I have the seashell already. If you have watched my videos, you know it's a favorite of mine. This one is so versatile, pairs so well with many of my current tarot decks. There is a celestial theme here, but there is also a lot of classical art. This one pairs with many curated art tarot decks in my collection, and also some other moody ones. Let me show you some pairings. First of all, what I have currently on my desk is my beloved tarot of the Huntress. I always pull this one out when it's autumn season, when it's fall season. I've never really paired it with an oracle, honestly, but I think these two look so pretty together. Now we have Pluto with Rebirth, and we have the Empress. We have the Ten of Pentacles with the North Star, constancy, direction, and purpose. I really like that. And we have like mountains in both cards. Not only aesthetically again, but also for the meanings, I think there is a resonance here. And look how also sometimes you see those things, like we have two figures in both cards. So you can just pick up on something related to your situation. Maybe it means something. Both people here look quite pensive and reflective. So this may mean something too, with the cloud and heaviness, heavenliness and vision, and the Four of Pentacles. The colors also are matching this one with the deep forest greens that I love. And this card with the Sailor speaks of guidance, perception, and wayfinding. And we have the Two of Swords here, which is about direction too, and going inwards, you know, maybe to find a sense of direction or what to do, find a way. Listening more deeply to yourself. I don't know if you can appreciate them, or maybe I may zoom in a bit. Look at the colors here, so beautiful with all these greens, and but also the warmth of the browns. And then we have evanescence, wishes, and affirmation with the Huntress, that is the Fool. I really like this. It's almost like starting something new and maybe using the power of affirmations to manifest something new. Oh, this is so cool. We have the Moon with longing, companionship, and rhythms, and we have the Eight of Swords. Such a reflective, such a stillness in this pairing. One more or two. Oh, so nice. Oh, when I talk about decks that resonate with one another, we have the Ten of Cups with the Milky Way, paths, migration, and loss. And we have, as you can see, the figures also face in the same direction, and both here are holding children in their arms. This works so well. It's such a beautiful pairing. Normally I don't have oracles to pair with this one, but the Celestial Oracle, it's very special in this sense. Another tarot deck that is so easy to pair with this one is my Lacrimosa Tarot, and I think it may be finally the time to pull this one out for the cold season. This deck is so beautiful. It was created by Rose Babe. She's an amazing creator. This one is so peculiar because there are many close-ups and details that have been used for the images. And here we have Uranus with the tools and Four Bears and uniqueness, and we have the Six of Wands. Yeah, you may shine with your uniqueness, just doing something different. Maybe it is going to lead you to some sort of victory or recognition. And look at the colors also between these two. I think you can pick them up easily because I have zoomed in a little bit. And we have the Ace of Swords, that is about communication and telling the truth, cutting through confusion, also communicating, can be messages, of course. And here we have Mercury with speed, messages, and instability. Yeah, so there is a message coming here, but something that probably is also coming very fast and may cause a little bit of instability. Or maybe we have to pay attention. The broader message could be how we are communicating at the time, or we may have to pay attention to some news that are coming very quickly. If you want to read it in a predictive way, of course, you know. By the way, going back to my Glyph Sacred Symbol Oracle, I think also the Glyph pairs so well with the Lacrimosa, especially when we have the image of the heart burning in flames here. You know, the burning heart is also powerful, is a very powerful symbol of intense emotions like passion and also transformation. Could be intense emotions like intense love or intense pain, even heartbreak, or even personal transformation. And here we have the heart with love, and we have the King of Hearts, because the suit here has been renamed, but I guess this one is the King of Cups. Also, the Lacrimosa pairs very well with the Glyph Oracle, because there is just a moodiness between these two, you know. We have the Three of Swords with power. Oh my god, these are so beautiful. Definitely, this is the season to use this one more, because of course this is so seasonal. Not always my decks are seasonal, you know, but I try to use them seasonally. For the most part I do, but this one is such a seasonal deck. This one is for fall, you know, maybe even for winter, for the cold months. This one is so beautiful together. Again, here's another heart in flames, and here we have water, which is something, you know, that can or might help extinguish or soften these intense emotions. Of course, this is the Ace of Cups, so water would be the natural element, you know, of this card, elemental association. Water is our emotional landscape, is also intuition and sensitivity, but water is also healing and can wash away negativity maybe, and calm a little bit the turbulence here, maybe restore balance. So I would read here, since the elements are so highlighted here, I would read it as an encouragement to maybe go with the flow, maybe accept change and soothe a little bit, restore balance within oneself, especially if there are very intense emotions involved. This is so beautiful. Look how moody these two are. I love them together. And I switch again to my Celestial Oracle. We have, look how beautiful this one is, and then I will show you another deck. This one is the Ace of Pentacles with Blessings. A lot of beautiful art in both these decks. We have the Six of Swords, finally transitioning towards something better with the rainbow, hope, luck, and optimism. Let me know what you think about this pairing. I think they are so beautiful together. This is so nice, so powerful. I will definitely use these two together during the fall season. And now there is a deck that is an oldie in my collection. I have pulled this deck out after such a long time again, but it's an all-time favorite, and it's such a soothing and healing deck for me. I'm talking about my Ophidia Rosa. This is an oldie, but a goodie. This is, I have to be honest, one of my current favorite pairings. My Ophidia Rosa pairs so well with the Celestial Oracle. Also, the clearer parchment-like details of the in the Ophidia Rosa create a nice contrast with the slightly moody and post-processed look of the Oracle's images. There are also some burgundy details here and there that I think are very nice, and also the darker, like the black color also is a theme, you know, so it's certainly also, this one is a very moody pair. It is a little bit shadowy for how I see it. We have the Lovers with the planet possibility, stability, and influence. Yeah. And we have some moon cycles and planets also in the Ophidia Rosa. We have the Astronomer with the word calculation, observation, and discovery. In the last days, I have pulled the Ophidia together with the Celestial Oracle every day, and I like this so much. We have Magic, Dance, and Magnetism with the Devil. Yeah, magnetism for sure. I find both a resonance and a contrast between these two. We have revelation here with the eclipse and the high priestess. And there are two moons. We have an eclipse and a moon. How beautiful is that? And the colors are a match again. So one more. Oh, look how beautiful this is. The Six of Cups with Venus, love, aid and fellowship. This is so perfect. This is one of my favorite pairings, and I love the Ophidia Rosa. It's such a calming, soothing, healing deck for me. It's such a comforting one. It's one of my comfort decks for sure. I think I've never shown this one on my channel. It is an all year round deck for me, but this fall I am called again to use this one a lot. And I'm using it together with the Celestial Oracle. So in a certain sense, again, an oracle, you know, as it like it happened also for my Glyph and the Wildlands, in a certain sense also the Oracle now is pushing me to use more and more a tarot deck that I already have in my collection and that was just waiting maybe to something like this, you know, for a perfect pairing to show up, for a perfect companion to show up, so that I can also, there is also a renewal in a certain sense in my practice, because normally I was using this one as a comfort deck on its own and not really together with this oracle, with another oracle. So this is my beautiful Ophidia Rosa Tarot, a favorite, and it sits on my desk. So all these decks are currently on my desk. They sit here and they are ready to be used and to be grabbed, and I read with them almost every day now. Talking about the versatility of this one, what I also pair with this one, what I'm thinking about pairing actually, because I haven't done a ton of work with the tarot deck I'm going to show you that sits on my desk, is the Terra Volatile. This is quite new in my collection, and this is a fall deck, so it's perfect for the season. It's a chunky deck. This is the 4th edition that comes with many additional cards and also with an additional suit. This deck is still in order, so I will just show you and we will discover together how these two pair, because actually I haven't used them together, but they both sit on my desk because I intend to try. And let me have your opinion, please. So I don't know, maybe there is some other broccoli deck that pairs better with this one. I like the colors together. Here we have some light blues and the burgundy. We have constellation with myth, connection and creativity. We have the Empress. This may work. This may work. Okay, this is another card, fertility. It's like an additional card. Oh, like the Emperor with nebula potential. I don't know. We have Saturn with community, of course, and wealth, and we have the Hierophant, the Pope. This may work too. I may get some messages out of this. We have the Lovers with closure, bittersweetness and romance. Yeah, there's something going on in love here. Let me zoom out a bit so you see the candle. It adds to the mood. We have Lost with fortitude. This also may make sense. Also, this pair, you know, is so shadowy. It looks like it has this also is an additional card. It has this potential to be a little bit shadowy. We have Prudence with home, abundance and security. This may work too, and I really like the colors here. Let me know what you think. So I really intend to do some work with the Terra Volatile. It's such a beautiful deck. Last but not least, what sits on my desk is my beloved tarot of Aphrodite. This one sits on my desk also because I use it for client readings. This is maybe the best deck for love readings. I believe this deck has a purpose, and it is, you know, reading for relationships and love, of course. So, of course, this is a little bit more on the lighter side. And I'm just wearing a hoodie now also because it's getting colder and darker here. So, this is a bit on the lighter side compared to the other decks because it's pink, of course, and because the other pairings also were a little bit shadowy, also I tend to see like the Terra Volatile as a little bit more shadowy. This is, of course, on the lighter note. I had this one in my pink Tarot and Oracle decks video too. I also want to see how this one pairs with the oracles, and I think this one may pair very well with the glyph. But I want to try all of them together. Okay, just look at this. What do you think? It's quite pretty, right? I never pair this one usually, just because, as I was saying, I use it on its own. But together with these decks, it is something, right? Look at the colors, in particular with this celestial one. But I think also the glyph one may make this one a little bit moodier than it is. This is so cool. And also these two oracles together, I guess also with the Lacrimosa that I've shown before. These two are incredible. So let me see. For example, if we want also to create a spread, for example, like there was, you know, some time ago, I used to do like a spread, what is in the light for me, what is in the dark, what is it I'm showing, and what is my shadow, you know. And then I used to pull also some oracles, 1 or 2 oracles, you know, to get the message, like what I need to integrate maybe in my shadow, instead how to develop maybe my positive, more positive attributes like in the light. And I guess this may be like a setup for that kind of reading, right? Yeah, they look so pretty, so pretty. Oh my god, this is so shadowy. We have the black hole with portals, the unknown, and infinity. We have death, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have perception again. Let's see if I have another card like culmination. It looks like here there is some kind of ending, but interestingly enough, there is the ending is in the light. So in my light, what I know that I'm going through some very powerful change here, and maybe I'm ready to leave something behind. Something is definitely ending here, and I'm now walking towards the unknown. And what is in the shadow is still the potential, or maybe there is the need for me to materialize this opportunity or this blessing, or to materialize more growth or more opportunities for me, more wealth. So I need to step now into this manifestation mode here, because there is the culmination of a cycle. Oh my god, these 4 decks just read so well together. I have another set of cards to work with, and I hadn't considered the Tarot of Aphrodite in this role before this video, just because I use it for a very specific role, but we cannot box, you know, our decks or just limit our decks in this way, of course. And normally I tend to do it, but also because I have so many decks and I like every deck to have its own purpose. But it's not a matter of limiting the decks, it's just that sometimes, I don't know, I should allow myself a bit more exploration, but I just like also to have some order, so know what I'm doing with my decks and why. I don't know if it makes sense. This also looks so beautiful. We have the 6 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, Serendipity, Wonder, and Calm, and we have also Harmony here. So overall, this gives me the impression of being a movement towards harmony, towards calmer waters. There's a sense of serendipity maybe here, of calm that is surrounding me, and in the light there is cooperation, maybe mutual encouragement. Maybe I have a very supportive circle. And what in the shadow, what I'm still processing, is the 6 of Swords, so this transition. This is so beautiful. I like this setup. I really like these decks together. I hadn't considered. These 2 oracles also work very well together. And this is just an example of a kind of spread I used to do many years ago. So it's one that is pretty ingrained in my practice, and I'm pretty used, you know, to do it, pretty confident with it. Another deck that sits on my desk, I was almost forgetting about this one. This is the Dulac Tarot. This is what I call my deck for family readings, and I have recently interviewed this one. This one is perfect for my September mood. I feel pulled to use this one again. The artwork here is so moody. I really love it. So this is a deck for family readings, but actually I recently interviewed this deck and asked, how do you feel about being, you know, used for family readings? And I got the 10 of Wands. I don't know if this card will pop up, and I asked the deck, yes, how do you feel? And I got a 10 of Wands. So this, I don't know if you do it with your decks, but sometimes I like to ask my decks, how you're doing, how do you feel in my collection, do you feel loved, and so on. And this deck feels pretty overwhelmed with the task he has been given. So, and I asked, what do you want to be used instead for? So we'll keep using it for family readings, of course. So it means readings that are related to my family, how my family is doing. You know, I only use this specific deck, I don't know, because I just felt like it was the right deck to use. And this deck said basically that it prefers or it would like also to be used for readings about personal growth and personal development and the action that I need to take, you know, to create more growth and abundance in my life. So this is the 10 of Wands that came up when I asked my deck, how do you feel about, you know, being my family readings deck? So yeah, a little bit overwhelmed by the responsibility, but overall it was also very happy with it, and it understood the importance of my family ties, of course, and why I was inquiring about those. By the way, such a moody deck for September. I feel called to use it and also to look at these cards. They are so moody and they really, I don't know, it's just perfect for now. I feel called to these earthy tones, you know, and the blues and the browns, and so this is a perfect deck for now for me. And this is my Edmund Dulac Tarot. It sits on my desk. The last pairing I want to show, and it's almost night now as I speak, is one that I've used also during the summer. I'm talking about this pairing, the Lioness Oracle Tarot together with the Runners of the Sun Oracle. So if you saw my summer decks video, Who Made the Cut, this was one of my favorite pairings of the summer. I used this one also in spring, and I will keep using these decks. Of course, the Lioness Oracle Tarot is my huge favorite, so I will keep using this pairing also in early autumn. There are some new decks also coming, so I don't know for how long I will be using the same decks, but of course this one is a huge favorite for me, the Lioness Oracle Tarot. I never stop using this deck. Let me show you how well these two pair together, because they are just incredible. I can spot a moodiness also in this one, in the Runners of the Sun, like even cards like this one, Healing. This also is, it's part of my, it resonates with my September mood overall. So a moody September, you know, but still with some light. And yeah, rest. It's not a rest period for me now, it's time to get down to work, but, but yes. There is an unexpected moodiness, so I tended to see the lighter side of this oracle. And I think it can work for me for this time of the year, you know. All the gems here and the statues, the flowers, you know, there are many elements in common between these two decks. So they clearly, aesthetically, they are so pleasing to see together. And there are also sometimes like this black and white photographs, and sometimes also in the Lioness Oracle Tarot, you have those. They are so cute. Two of Wands and Love. And the colors are a match again. And this is the last pairing I wanted to show you. So let's see, one more. Oh, so beautiful. The Knight of Swords with armor. How perfect is that? This is so cool. So this is what sits on my desk, or my September lineup, if you prefer. And I really hope to see you soon in another video. If you're new and you like this video, please subscribe and let me know also for all of you in the comments. I really love talking to you and hearing your thoughts about decks, and whatever you have to say is really nice. The best part of being here is being able to connect with all of you and really exchange our opinions and just share the love we have for tarot decks. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing to be part of this community. I don't know, I don't say it enough, but I really appreciate so much all of you and all the people that are always watching and commenting and interacting. I really enjoy the interaction, so please just leave a comment for me. It will make me really, really happy. Thank you so much again, and I hope to see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.